maybe. But yes, we are now broadcasting.
Well,
So,
excellent.
yeah,
This is gonna be great.
yeah, it's going to be a
I
lot
look
of fun.
forward to dying in front of all this.
Well, you're among friends here because I'm well known for dying on the live stream. But see, here's my theory: nobody wants to watch me not die. So Hey, I'm Ref. Hey, Edward T. We're going to get things kicked off in just a minute. Let me actually get into house the main manufacturer. Yep, doing a special show from Galanda today. I guess I could probably just kick off the stream. Hello and welcome to the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream here on twitch.tv/DDO stream and youtube.com/Dungeons and Dragons/live. I'm DDO's community manager Cordovan, and I've got a special guest with me today, a brand new intern in our online operations department. This is Lynnabel. Say hello.
Hi. I've been playing for a really long time. I'm really bad. It's awful.
You're not that bad at the game, but you have been playing for a long time, and that's why when you started doing the internship here for the summer, you got in touch with me as like, hey, I play DDO. I was like, well, if you play DDO, we're going to have you on the live stream, so that's what we're doing today. So as we're going to run House C stuff on Galanda. Normally we'd be on Orion this week or Orion, but we're just this is the server that Lynnabel here has some real characters on, so that's why we're here this week. A quick programming note. No Fridays at 5 this week, no live streaming from me next week, so no weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream or Fridays at 5. I'm taking a little bit of a vacation with my son, so that's what's going on there. So I'll be back in basically early June, but the rest of the live stream team should be going on clear through the weekend and all the rest. So stay tuned on Twitch. We did just update our schedule so you can see the new schedule, including a brand new show that's going to be kicking off on Thursday of this week. So should be pretty cool. Thursday at 5 p.m. Eastern. So we'll see you here for that. So Lynnabel, what's your deal? How did you get an internship at Turbine?
I complained enough, and eventually you guys let me in. I
Oh,
think that's
great,
really how
great,
it works.
cool. To be serious, you're going to college. You're going to be like a junior next year,
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
And what are you studying?
Network and Systems Administration.
So that seems related to online operations. Yeah,
Yeah, you'd
yeah.
think it's bizarrely one of the only jobs I've ever been qualified for.
Nice.
It's very strange. People here treat me like a real adult. I didn't expect that.
Nice, nice. And so you just started this week, just a couple days ago here.
Yep.
So what kind of internship stuff do you think you'll be doing here?
Well, I've made at least 6 graphs so far, so I feel like
Great.
expect to follow that trend.
Nice, nice. And so potentially, is that what you want to do for the future here? Is work in the games industry?
Definitely less graphs and more online operations.
Yeah.
I know right now there's like a trust issue, not so much for trusting me, but trusting that I won't break anything.
Well,
So,
if you screw something up in the world of Turbine's online ops, you'll probably take a world or two down with it. So it's you know, one of those things. But besides, you're just getting started, so you need to figure out how broken everything is first.
I was actually surprised. I was under the impression that Turbine didn't care, but turns out they do.
I know.
It was
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
Yeah. Right. Right. Do you want to give a shout out to your school?
RIT is pretty nifty. Shout out to the Rochester Wargamer Association, or RWAG, as it were, for playing Magic with me. And shout out to my guild also, Sanctus Domine on Galanda. You guys are losers. uh,
So
oh,
RIT is Rochester Institute of Technology. Is that right?
yep.
Okay. And so is that? I don't really know much about that school, other than I've heard the name before.
Well, I would say a lot of people who are either interns here. Like I know Amanda just graduated from RIT. Um, so it's a school that for some reason people end up working at Turbine from.
Nice. All right, I'm turning you up on our end here. Could you try saying something here? Looks like you're a little quiet.
Hi, is this okay?
Is that better? I basically turned you up on the speaker side on my end, so you're a little loud on my end, but I think you might be coming through on Twitch a little bit better. I don't know. Try saying something.
Does this work?
Yeah, you're still really quiet. Let me see what I can do about that.
I can try yelling. I hear that's what I do. when I'm normally playing DDO.
Because on my end here, you're quite loud, but perhaps I just need... Your volume is set by my playback volume, so if you'll give me just a quick second, I should be able to get this figured out. Alright. That should be a little better. Try it again.
How's this? Does that work?
Yep. Is that any better? There's a little bit of delay in the chat room here, so we'll have to see how things going. Why would you be soft on XSplit? Let me see. General settings. Yeah, I know this is, only the best way to do things is live on the air.
That's why I like OBS, because that way you know everything's broken from the start. There's no...
Nice. Yeah, exactly right. So, I mean, you're still really quiet on here, but I don't know why.
Oh man, the wizard's making his fun level.
Yeah, I don't know. Why don't you turn yourself up? Do you know how to turn up your voice chat volume?
Oh, the lights just went off. Oh,
woohoo! Just wave your arms. Dance around.
I feel like I'm doing this wrong. I feel like I shouldn't be doing this on camera. Should I just throw something?
Yeah, right. That'll work too. No, perfectly.
I'll play in the dark. It's okay.
So yeah, I just gonna need you to bump up your voice chat, your headset volume. Do you know how to do that in like the recording properties of your computer?
Yeah, sure. I'll figure it out. Let me get out of combat though, because these guys unlock.
Yep.
All right, we'll figure this out.
Yep. All right, while you're doing that, let me answer a few questions from chat. By the way, I'd love to get your questions in chat. If I can answer it, I will. If I can't, I'll just let you know. So first off, are there any plans to have Crystal Cove make a return in the near future? Yes. I was talking with some of our e-commerce folks today. Actually, yesterday, and we kind of put together a tentative schedule for the summer, so you can expect Crystal Cove to make a return some point here over the summer. Stay tuned a little bit for that. We'll let you know, but around the summer.
Is this better? I turned it up as high as it would go.
Yeah, probably. I'm going to assume so. Try it again. This talk.
The high.
I think it's for some reason it's an XSplit thing. Things are getting real quiet on XSplit. I'm not showing you any louder, but I think it's an XSplit. Yeah, it'll just have to be good enough. We're going to go with it anyway.
Alright, well, we've made some headway.
Oh, much better. Okay, good deal. Alright, so we're in House Cannith here. I just wanted to, for those who aren't familiar, what would you say we should know about House Cannith if you're a brand new player trying to check out this stuff?
These quests are very strange. Each one is extremely different from the last one, and they also have a tendency to explode, which is I find extremely fun. This is these in this chain is one of the quests where you can definitely blow up your teammates, which I find hilarious.
Yeah, that's always a good thing when you can blow up your teammates here.
The spirit of camaraderie.
Nice. I'm stunned.
Yeah, also the mobs here stun lock at a really high rate, so like aiming for certain types, the Artificer specifically.
Yep. So I just want to reiterate again, this character is a GIMP that I'm playing. This is a quick-rolled demo character, so it literally is not built for actual combat, which, sometimes matters in DDO. So, but yeah, we have motion-active lights basically in your room there, Lynnabel. So the little sensors back towards the door. I don't know if One.
I'll just get up and
Yeah.
I'll,
Yep. All right. Will the items be updated to level 30 for Crystal Cove? No. At this point, we don't have any plans on the works to update the items for Crystal Cove to level 30. Not saying it won't ever happen, but it's not on our agenda short term. And I know there are people who are interested in that, but it's just, if we were to do that, it would basically cost us named loot for an update. So, to some extent, it comes down to: do you want more named loot in the update, or do you want to update level 30 stuff for Crystal Cove? So,
all right. So the lights went back on. So I figured that out. It took 2 or 3 tries to get the light switch to work, but I definitely solved that
nice,
problem.
nice. We have one.
We're looking for a lever at this point.
Yep, yep.
I think it's on the ground floor, if I remember.
Yeah, I
correctly.
think you're right. Yeah. So this came out in 2011, if I recall correctly, and at the time was, I think, basically our highest level content in the game. Has 2 raids, Lord of Blades and the Master Artificer. On top of that, it also debuted our first Wilderness raid area. So you can have 12 people in the Cannith manufacturing zone in the later part here to get to the raids. So that was something brand new at the time as well. Also, it debuted really House Cannith, so all the sort of clockworks and sort of things that House Cannith is known for. All right. Will Maybar return? Funny you should ask. We were talking about that just the other day. If by Maybar you mean the old dragon raid, or the dragon instance thing, perhaps we might find a use for that in the future. But if you're talking about the current Night Revels event, that will surely be coming back. Sometimes people interchange Maybar with Night Revels and vice versa.
I really enjoyed Maybar when it was out, like the original, like the Dragon instance and stuff like that.
What's kind of funny about that is people say they enjoy it now, but if you look at our feedback at the time, it was extremely negative. People were basically like, "Get rid of this thing, turn it off," and so we turned it off, and now people are like, "I love this thing," and it's like, okay, appreciate that.
Well, I was back when I didn't know how to play, so I was just kind of pressing buttons at random here.
Yeah, right.
All right, we're just gonna walk through these traps, I think.
Yep.
Oh, pure skill.
Well, I happen to have a few abundant steps. That helps. So, but we were talking about, hey, is there a way we could sort of use that space in the future? And I think the answer is yes. I think one of the big changes, were we to bring it back in some capacity, would be that it probably would no longer be a 24-person instance, because frankly, that was the major issue with that from the very start. So what kind of exact form that would take, I don't know. Like I say, this isn't a promise. This is just kind of us speculating recently about it. But we know that some of you folks, quite a few of you folks, would like to see that Dragon instance return in some fashion. So, maybe we could do that at some point here in the future.
All I want, so rune arms are cool, but can we get 2 rune arms? I feel like that's a strong.
You mean one for each hand?
Yeah. Maybe 3, 1 for 1 foot.
Yeah.
So you can hop along.
Oh, nice. Well, you could be a Pale Master, Artificer, and have rune legs and rune arms. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they fly, so they're not using them.
Yeah, that's what I'm. Yeah, exactly right. Or you could be a monk and you could kick, and you could throw a missile from your foot as you're doing a spin kick.
Yeah, I don't know. I really, it's a really cool game. Being on here is really cool because
Yeah.
I stream on Twitch, and this is actually somewhat professional, whereas me streaming on Twitch is just me cursing a lot. It's,
So let's give a shout out to your Twitch channel here. Tell me a little bit about it. Sort of when do you stream? When can people find your show?
they can find it at twitch.tv/RIENUAA. And I'd stream irregularly and poorly.
So
The
you,
only way I'd be able to stream was like when I was at college. They
Mhm.
had gigabit internet,
Ah,
and now that I'm living in someone's guest room to be an intern, I don't have that anymore.
right, right.
So I
Yeah,
have my desktop, but no, they only have wireless, not wired. So like there's always a hard limit for wireless adapters.
yeah, yeah. Well, perhaps we could, you know, set you up in the room you're in now or something like that if you wanted to do it.
Well, I was planning on just living here.
Yeah, yeah, right. You know, let me tell you off the air sometime about how that actually happened once.
Oh my god. Well, yeah, well, you guys have free sodas, so I figured I could just have that forever, and then, eventually die of diabetes, and that way I wouldn't have to pay rent,
Yeah, yeah.
which is, all right. I don't know where we're supposed to be going here.
Well, we need to pick up the NPC. They should be doing the crystals here. We're just killing all the mobs before we actually,
Do the rest of the.
yeah, do the. We're supposed to have someone following along with us. That NPC at the start of the quest. So to just kind of get a little serious for a second, how did the internship work out for you? I mean, how what was the process of getting an internship at Turbine? Because I'm sure there are people out there who would be interested in knowing maybe how an opportunity would or to present itself, happen for them.
Well, it all started around 8 years ago when I started playing a game called City of Heroes. And when that game was shut down, I involved myself heavily with the community aspect of it. And part of that was me bothering my friends incessantly about the game and its problems. So this led to around, I would say, 8 months ago, when one of my friends who I hadn't talked to in quite some time, texted me and said, "Hey, there's a guest presenter in my class that's talking about City of Heroes." So naturally, I did the rational thing, which was run through the rain and crash the class, like through the back door, and then kind of accost that guy quite a bit. But it was one of those things where because he had worked on City of Heroes and I was planning on bothering him about that, but then turns out, oh my god, he works at Turbine, which means DDO, because I had been playing DDO. So
Nice.
I was like, oh, this is super cool, and I ended up talking with him, and he mentioned that they've never had an intern for the department that I would be trying to get into. And so I was like, wait a minute, I'm actually sort of qualified for this, maybe. So I took him out for coffee the next day, and we had a large discussion about like the industry as a whole. And he passed my info on to HR. Then I went through the normal hiring process from there, like sending a resume out, and the
Yep.
HR lady was like, "Which department?" And then SES was like, "Oh my gosh, she can read and spell her own name unassisted. She could probably carry things from point A to point B."
Yeah, right.
Um, and
I'm heading your way with some mobs
oh, that's
before I
excellent.
die.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, where are you?
I'm in one of the side rooms.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
kind of just going around.
Are you up or down? You're down.
Down, yeah.
All right, you got reinforcements
Oh
from
no.
above.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went through the hiring process from there. It was a few interviews and then a technical interview with Robert, my boss. And then they're like, "Yeah, you're totally hired." And I went, "Oh," and told the entire Galanda server, my guild, everyone. It's in my bio. Like, it's like,
Nice.
basically I just kind of like walked into every single like party I could contact, like, "Hey guys, this is unrelated, but I just got my dream job." I just kind
Nice.
of like ran away from there. So
Yeah, we should know, and I should note that Turbine does do paid internships. I mean, you're most definitely not going to be getting rich, but we do,
oh, this is
do paid
this is
internships here. Yeah.
this
Yep.
job was way above the like suggested. Like this is the best opportunity for me in every single possible manner, except for the rent in the area, which is astronomical.
Yeah. Yeah, it's we were actually talking about that offline, but for those who don't know Boston, they're not joking when they say that it's among the most expensive places to live in the United States. I remember like I came over from, well, I was living in Georgia, but mostly grew up in Minnesota, right? And so what I was paying for a house in Minnesota was about half what I would pay for a one bedroom around here. I mean, it's really that bad.
Yeah.
So, and on top of that, you tend to have first month's rent, last month's rent, full deposit, and a finder's fee. So it's not uncommon for you to perhaps have to do an outlay of $6,000, $7,000 just to secure an apartment in the Boston area, which is kind of
I feel like
insane.
this is some
So,
sort of a trap. Hold on here. I don't
yep,
know much about this game, but I feel like touching this might hurt. All right, we're going for it. What
yep.
could possibly go wrong?
I'm bringing the NPC with us to actually start activating these crystals.
Yeah, I feel like we missed part of this quest, and we're supposed to be doing something. We're just murderizing everybody.
Yep.
But yeah, it was actually really. I ended up finding an apartment, but it was across a busy road from a sorority and did not have locks on the doors. So now
Oh
I'm staying with family
God.
friends. I had an exciting weekend.
That's oh jeez, that's terrible.
But no, it's been totally
Yeah.
worth it. This has been super cool. It's been super cool meeting everybody, and it's just like because I've been playing DDO for so long, and just to know that that Turbine actually does care, like it's a really nice feeling. It was really nice.
Yep.
I'm just really happy, and all the stuff that I've seen so far looks super cool. I've seen so much stuff that I would love to tell you guys about, but there's actually NDAs and they actually enforce them.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
goal is to not get fired on stream.
Yeah.
So we're going to delay at least a little bit and then get fired maybe off stream.
Right. No. Yeah. It is one of those things where if you're gonna, especially if you continue to work in the games industry, I mean you're gonna face this problem all the time where you want to tell your friends about this amazingly cool thing that you heard, and you can't. So, you know.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of stuff, and Turbine's got such a great history. Like it's I meet people here that have been in the industry for so long, and then they're staying here because of the culture here, which I really do appreciate. We're gonna try and aerially attack this guy. Wolves are very difficult to maneuver in the air, but I really do like druid builds. I really hope they get their third enhancement tree at some point.
I'd say it's odds are halfway decent. Oh, I'm not gonna trigger this yet.
Oh, geez, what happens if you touch the? Oh, never mind, we're good. We're good.
Yep. It was actually kind of interesting though for those who are in the area. It ended up being more cost effective for me to. Oh no! I died from electric.
All right, here I'll
Yeah.
sprint on over to you.
Yep. I was going to say it actually was more cost effective for me to buy a house than it was to rent an apartment. How weird is that? Yeah.
It was very effective for me just to realize that I have family friends in the area. I'd really recommend that.
Yeah.
That was because I feel like I'm definitely trying to make a career out of online operations related stuff, but I'm buying a house for an internship seems a little overbearing.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Little bit.
Probably not the best idea. That's correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is only day 3 for me, and it's insane. This is some of the coolest experiences I've had in my entire life.
Yep.
All right, so you're gonna kill me for this,
Yep.
but I don't actually have the spell materials for reincarnate. So I'm just gonna have to grab your stone and
Yeah.
book
Take
it,
me over to the shrine. That's fine. No problem.
because
Yep.
I cleared my oh, never mind. We're just gonna die.
Yep.
That's okay.
See, that's exactly what happened to me.
Yep, this
Yeah.
is great. This is great. What a fun and interactive experience.
All right. Well, I'll do this the old-fashioned way. Oh, you could do.
All right,
Oh,
we got
almost.
you
Almost.
closer.
Yeah. All right. I'm just going to let Turbine res us.
What? No, don't do that. Don't cheat. No. I'm gonna
Oh,
decline
I
that.
can't, as a matter of fact, because I'm on a different account.
That's good.
I don't have the Turbine points.
Cheating is wrong. That's. Oh, I thought you were gonna like admin yourself something. No.
No. I was just gonna go to the store. Fortunately, now we need to get Kylia over to us. Oh, we can do that from the very front, so we're okay there.
All right. All right. We can do this. We can do this.
No, we can head. Let's head back. We don't need to go through this anymore. We can take Kylia and have her summon at the start of the quest.
All right. Love's almost got it. Oh man. He's out of range of my heals.
SPC Dragon asks, any plans for a world event like when the Devils first showed up? Probably not. We would love to do these sort of things, but it's not necessary. You guys, a second. You guys can stop dying in this area. We don't actually even need to be here. We're going to go back around to a different way. If you have any ability to...
The lights.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm just convinced this is haunted, like this entire building.
Yeah.
Alright. No, I'm not making that. Hold on. One of the people in party is trying to make me make the run. Hopefully chat isn't broadcasted. That's good. Alright, I'm gonna go grab the lights because they shut off.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I think if you push a button or something, there's a way you can actually kind of like force it on permanently. See, we don't have a problem when we're doing our previews from there because, you know, I got folks in that section of the room, but you're in the back corner. So, pro tip for those who are in here: there is a thing at the entrance here. Pull lever to summon assistant. If Kalia gets stuck or you can't find her or etc. is the way to do it. She'll just show up from the front, and then you can have her follow you.
There's actually a neat animation I just saw. She does the D-door animation, steps through it.
Oh,
cool.
nice. Oh, that's cool that we actually got that in there.
That was surprising.
Yep. Let's see, someone says, Maybar wasn't bad if you didn't go in immediately after the door opened. I never had lag when I waited 20 plus seconds to go in. That's interesting. When is DDO2 coming out? No plans for that. Living across from a sorority doesn't sound all that bad. I bet it's because you haven't actually lived across from a fraternity or sorority.
I mean, it wasn't that bad for the volume, but what was bad was the pitch. Like, it was impressive, frankly.
That's hilarious. Can someone explain dodge at level defense? I don't know. How would you explain dodge?
Are you talking about defense chance at level, or...
So, like, if you go to your character sheet here, right, and you click over your armor class, you'll see a dodge chance, 21% to dodge, right now on my monk. That means if I need to, any reflex-based attack or whatever, you have a 21% chance to avoid it?
I think it's just, I don't think, because normally reflex doesn't factor into actually hitting, that's just AC.
Yeah.
Reflex saves are for area of effect, ray spells, anything that you can actually dodge out of the way of. Dodge just, like, when someone hits you, there's a dodge chance and a corporal chance, blur chance, and stuff like that.
Yeah, there you go.
There's also mitigation chances from certain Epic Destiny feats, like the 5% chance to just ignore damage. That's an additional, like, 5% hidden dodge thing that just shows up somewhere.
Yeah.
I think, if you're talking about defense chance at level, armor class doesn't mean that you don't take damage from attacks because they're mitigating them. It means that's what misses.
Yeah.
So that means when you're fighting someone at level, like for me, it's 61% chance, defense chance at level, which is pretty low actually, because I have access to Epic Destinies at 20. I mean, 61% of the time, if a CR 20 mob is hitting me, it's going to show up as miss. And that'll scale because higher level mobs have higher attack bonus.
Nice. Well said. Much better than I could say it. You know, I have to be honest, I never really played a lot of high dodge characters. I know they were really in flavor for a while, but I sort of missed that section. So they're still quite powerful. Generally, just like armor class, 2 hit and all the rest, more is better. That's really what you need to know. If you're going to go for it, go as high as you can. But anything will help. It does have a bit of a curve, so...
Yeah, the magic numbers for, like they say, level 30 content is roughly 100 to 120 AC is where you want to be, and roughly 120 and up PRR as well.
Yep.
But for anything in heroics, if you're over 100 PRR, you're well over what you're supposed to be in heroics.
Yeah.
And this is a heroic quest, so.
Yeah. Yeah, that should be noted here. So House Cannith is a little different in that it came out before we had epic levels in that. So while on Elite, some of these quests are technically level 2021, they still count as heroic level quests in the game. And they give heroic level XP and that sort of thing.
Yeah, I really like these quests. Level 20 is in an awkward place in the leveling gap because you can technically do epics, but you're just gonna get hit a lot and die. It's not particularly fun. So like Reaver's Reach on Elite and stuff like that, and then the heroic Druids Chain and heroic Stormhorns are they're like CR 19. They go into 21 and to 22, but they're not epic level quests. Epic level quests are very difficult for level 20s.
Right, right. Yep. Someone asks, what's up with the Mimic event? That probably comes from our forum discussion that's been going on this week. So, at this point, people have been saying, are we going to bring back the Mimic event? The answer is sort of unclear at this point. If we did bring back the Mimic event, it would need a new sort of loot table and probably presumably loot system, as a matter of fact. Because we took out all the old Maybar stuff from it for the Night Rebels event. So we would have to really start from scratch on the reward system for the Mimic Hunt, were we to bring it back. I think if you look in that forum thread as well, you'll see some of the feedback is a bit mixed on it as well. Some folks want to see it back, and some folks are like, no. So I think it's something we would have to consider that feedback on, were we to bring it back, and what did people like about it, what did they not like about it, etc., etc.
All I want though, as far as development wishes, is a trinket with 9 or 10 augment slots, like red, yellow, blue, orange, green, purple, and then one colorless, and then nothing else. It doesn't matter. But I am really bad at putting things on my gear, and I'm really tired of having to twist in Monk's Slowfall as part of my ADs because I just can't build characters above level 20.
Nice.
I'm just that bad.
So basically, what's up with the Mimicon is we don't have any immediate plans to turn it back on because it's going to take some additional development work were we to do it. And on top of that, we would want to address the community feedback that we got for the last time we had on the Mimicon. So no immediate plans to bring it back at this point. Is there a way to see what your spell penetration is?
No, you just add it up. I'd recommend there are spreadsheets people use. Someone probably has one, but you just gotta add it up in your head. It's the same way with armor pen and percent fortification bypass and stuff like that.
Yep. Yep. Any chance to bring House Civis to Stormbreach? That's basically the gnome house. Again, no plans to do that. That would be rad, though. Yep. The number of wouldn't it be awesomes are, far outweigh the amount of available development time. Reality of it, unfortunately.
I don't know. I hear if you complain on the forums enough, Carbine just totally does a U-turn and follows. There's a big mark in the office. Actually, it's like they count the Facebook likes too.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Yeah, there's a multiplier if you post directly on their Facebook page with complaints.
Yeah. It would be cool though. I mean, I'm not trying to minimize that feedback because House Civis would be awesome. I think there are other houses in Eberron that would also be cool to bring in. But I don't. Building a new house would be a pretty significant investment of time and resources. So I'm not sure that it would be in the near future or anything like that. Ooh, someone got a Mage Rights cloak. That's cool.
Do you want it?
Yeah, why not?
Alright.
Just to show it off, Charisma 6, Stealth Strike, Perform 10, Enhanced Perform, and it's nearly finished. Nearly finished is, you'll find that on the named items in House Cannith, and you can update them through, what do you update them with, as a matter of fact? I haven't done it in a while. It's not alchemical crafting, so it's the challenge gear. Is that right?
It's nearly finished. Is the House C in-house crafting thing? The actual
Yeah.
crafting stations are in the raid area of
Yeah,
the.
there you go. Yep, yep.
Yeah, I use that cloak on most of my already builds. The cloak and goggles are really nice. But recently, ever since I pulled a Tharn's Tharn's goggles, I've been wearing those for ever. I just don't take them off. Uh,
Yeah. So what about Crystal Cove then? People are saying, what about Crystal Cove? So Crystal Cove will be coming back this summer. Yeah, we're not going to be updating the loot in it, but it will be coming back. I would have to look. I don't know if we actually have set a formal weekend for it yet, but I heard something like June, July, sometime in the next couple months. So, stay tuned for, I guess, a more exact announcement, but within the next couple months.
so what I want to know is that I actually recently found a 5th anniversary party invitation.
Oh, nice.
Can I still turn that in? Because I would like a free pirate hat.
That is a very good question. If you have one,
I have one of the 6th anniversary genies too, but I'm afraid to touch it in case it just goes away.
no, it won't go away, but I don't think you can get this stuff from it anymore. So, like, you can build it, you can summon it, and people can dance with it, but I don't think you get the stuff anymore.
That's okay. That's
Yeah.
it's not in a server I play on, and I don't think there's a way for me to give that over to my main. I only have one character. Like, I feel like I'm one of the only people out there who just has this one.
Yeah, that is pretty rare, actually. Although it's certainly not unheard of. But so I think I'm gonna say give it a shot on that birthday party invitation. It's possible that you'd get a party hat out of the deal. I don't know.
I don't know. I have the one of the golden party hats on one of my ults on this server, and that looks atrocious, but I like it anyway.
Yeah, right.
It's the same model as the tinfoil hat that recently came out.
Yep,
Uh,
yep.
Although actually, the one thing I got from that event, I got the icy pumpkin coffee, and I quickly learned that when they say coffee withdrawal, they really mean it.
Yeah,
Not recommend letting that run out. That was.
yeah. It's exactly right. But it's kind of the flavor of it, right?
No, I
So,
use it. I really like artificers. They're my favorite class.
yep.
So, all right, blown to bits.
Yeah, here we go. Like these iron juggernaut parts on that is what you'll use to finish up the nearly finished items. Someone says, why are there so few monsters riding other monsters? In theory, it sounds like fairly easy and very cool way to increase monster diversity. I agree. I agree. The more monsters riding other monsters we can put in the game, the better. I think in terms of the formal why on that, it's generally because it would involve generally unique animation work, maybe perhaps unique character modeling work. So it's not as easy as just sort of say, putting an action figure on top of it or something like that.
All right, so if I blow you up intentionally, do I get fired?
No, no. As a matter of fact,
Okay.
that's sort of the point of this quest, isn't it?
All right, all right. I
Yeah.
just want to make 100% sure, because I'm getting fired, I'm breaking the NDA too, and then escaping the building I'm put.
Nice.
You heard it here, folks. Three arm cannons at the same time.
Yeah, right. Yep. Rocket launchers
Yes,
coming
definitely.
soon.
Definitely. I hear there was jetpacks in Lotra for some reason.
Yeah. Nice.
And, all right, do we have a trapper? Are you
No,
a trapper? Is anyone a trapper?
I am definitely not a trapper, so we're just gonna have to beat these things down.
All right.
And I'm gonna go heal myself.
I can toss you Vigor real quick. Although the animations of wolves casting spells is extremely funny.
I think the most recent conversation we had is what would happen if an owl bear was riding a bear. I think I heard that in the dev pit this week. So,
Well, owlbears are pretty territorial, so you know.
yeah.
I imagine it would just try to fight other owlbears on top of bears and vice versa.
Get thee to the red fens. We have something riding fen cat, I think.
Something. I know. There's the general manager, which is the general and the manager.
Yep, that's right. We have the general manager. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you want to do the optionals on these? Because they take approximately half an hour of just kind of dodging bombs.
No, no, yeah, we don't need to. We'll probably once we get through with just the core of this quest, I think our hour will be up and we'll call the live stream. But you know,
I'm not leaving halfway through. This is experience. I gotta get to 21 somehow.
oh yeah, yeah, right. We will definitely finish this quest off. That's for sure. So, um, but yes, you know, clearly if you've run all of DDO's quests, you'll know that our development team does enjoy things writing other things. So, I would say it's certainly possible that it'll make a return at some point in the future.
Yeah, this is super cool. It still kind of blows my mind that I'm actually like here instead of angrily yelling in Twitch chat.
Nice.
You know, those damn developers. Although for some reason, it's really difficult for me to avoid blowing myself up in this quest. Even though I'm like, oh yeah, just don't walk into the own bombs that you set. And then I'm like, oh wait a minute, what about that thing back there?
Yeah, right.
Uh,
But then what's the fun of not blowing yourself up? You
all
know?
right, now the gates are doing their gate thing.
Yeah.
So, oh geez, the lights.
Ah, yeah, they are.
I feel like if I leave though, say someone's gonna drop a bomb on me.
Yeah, the gates just all went down on us. Oh, there we go. Cool. Let's see. Flyflung Flu says the invitations were still in the hat turn-in box last time Crystal Cove was running, so it sounds like you probably would indeed get your free party hat.
Excellent, excellent. I thought fifth anniversary party hat was just a pirate hat, because
I'm pretty sure it is. It was basically, you know, a default that of the regular party, you know, pirate hat that you could upgrade in Crystal Cove, and it was just something we gave out to folks.
excellent. Well, you gotta look good in this game. It's a real priority for me.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta. I would say the vast majority of turbine points I spend are on glamour.
Nice.
I mean, you gotta look good. That's important.
Yeah.
It's important.
The better your character looks, the more you hit, and the more
Yes,
damage you do. I think that's a proven fact.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah.
All right, looks like we actually do have a trapper, so I have actually ruined the optional already. Oops.
Yeah. No big. Oh no! I think I might be dying. Gate went down on me right as I set a charge. Woohoo! There you go. All right.
All right, just trying to dodge people here. I always love doing it with six, because then you actually accidentally blow everybody else up too.
Oops. Before I read text chat, let me get away from the bomb I just set.
All right, we got. Oh man, I don't know if you guys know one of the players council guys, Storm Tom.
Mhm.
He's one of the wiki people. He's been sending me extremely all caps. I'm watching you on stream.
Nice. Yeah, Strim Tom himself has a show here on DDO
Yes.
Stream, so
Yes, would highly recommend it. He seems like he knows what he's doing.
yeah, he's good at it. That's for sure.
I appreciate his work with. He tried to make wisdom-based monk work with the wisdom-based, like they have the druid past life active feat is the flame blade summon that you can get from druid. They use your wisdom modifier for it and only fire damage. And he tried it and then learned really quickly that there are some mobs that are simply immune to fire damage, and there's literally nothing you can do to beat them.
Yeah,
So
that'll happen. So,
yes.
oh, okay. So Andy Josh Hall says I might be forgetting some, but I can think of 4 places with monsters riding monsters. In Siegebreaker, you have ogres on rust monsters. In the Red Fens, it's the bugbear and the fen cat. In Battle for Evening Star, you have drow on sort of the giant bugs there. In Bargain of Blood, you've got the kobold on the minotaur. So right, and then also I would say, or is that Siegebreaker? That is Siegebreaker, right? Okay.
Siegebreaker is one of the best quests in the
Yeah.
game, by the way. Both Lord's March chains are actually just phenomenal.
Yeah, they are really good.
They are
I
just
love them too.
they're always a lot of fun. I always like the like actually like going through because like one time I was like, oh man, I actually know the star-shaped puzzle now, and of course that was the time when we had someone who would just lead the mobs directly over the center path. So
Yep.
it was like 10 minutes of us just like kind of like, okay, let's draw a star. No, wrong. No, star. You know, like
Ah. Oh
oh,
no!
got him.
I saw that. I saw that. I was like, oh no, I'm not going to get away in time.
All right, all right.
So back on Orient in 2 weeks. That's a very interesting note. I was actually going to bring that up. I am not going to be live streaming on Friday, and I'm not live streaming all next week. Reason is I've got my son with me. I'm taking a little bit of a vacation around Memorial Day and going camping and doing that sort of thing. So I will see you guys back on the stream. Basically, first full week of June. So I'm taking a week and a half off, basically. Although I will still be doing some work from home and such, but we have time now to do at least one of the optionals. We got 13 minutes. Why don't we do the one over on the west side here?
Oh gosh. All right. North, south, east, west is this direction. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. All
Yeah.
right. This is gonna be like 10 minutes of us walking in a big circle. Oh
Yeah.
man, there are people on top of these boxes. Those cheaters. They're cheating. This is like the first time I played red light green light with Argala Rasa, and she red lighted us on a vertical down section, and I got her on camera, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Nice.
I got you, you know.
DDO Central asks, the last time we had a new Explorer area was the Ruins of Thunderholm. Is another Explorer area in the works? No immediate plans to do another Explorer area. Main reason for that is the time investment is very high, and the return on that investment is depends on who you are. Some people really like them. Some
You could
folks
just add
don't.
more to the Stormhorns. I feel like no one would notice. You know, just keep making more. Just put more pylons out there. You know.
So they're basically doing a wilderness area is a I can't remember. I think someone said a while back it's about the same amount as doing an adventure pack. So which would you rather have? A new series of quests or a wilderness area? And for some folks, maybe the answer would be a wilderness area. But I think there are, in general, a lot of folks who would feel otherwise. And so when we're devoting our resources to it, we've typically, in the past year or so, really focused on new quests rather than, say, a new wilderness area.
So what about wilderness area, but it's space, like DDO goes to space. I feel like that'd be a real solid. I really feel like it's a solid idea. You should definitely write that down. Actually,
Yeah.
can I copyright that first? Or
Yeah.
right.
Now we can do Expedition Beyond the Barrier Peaks with the big change that at the end of it you take off in the spaceship. Yeah, there you go. So.
All right.
Yeah.
So we got another 10 minutes here.
Yeah, we have 10 minutes, right? So, do you think we can all die on the other section?
Yeah. Let's actually give it a shot. Let's do the other optional.
Yep.
Let me let
Might
people
as well.
chat. All right. This is gonna take a long time. At least, honestly, though, the robot is very courteous. It does let you know whenever a bomb goes off. So
Yeah, right.
I really do appreciate that. That's I think if I've ever run like a supervillain and I'm making like kill bots, you gotta make sure number one they've got a really obvious weak spot. Otherwise, it's gonna be it's just a it's a that's an OSHA problem. Honestly, like I think it's required at this point.
Yeah.
A lot of regulation. But
Yeah.
two, whenever they're setting off weapons, they gotta say it out loud.
Well, you always want to think it's like, okay, so this gigantic killbot that I'm making, what happens if it turns on me? Like you see that just far too often where people don't take that into account.
Yeah, it's really.
I've
Honestly,
seen RoboCop. I know what happens. Yeah.
All right, and we gotta go talk to Mr. Warning Apparition with this is actually the red light green light don't talk to me thing. All right, we got UMD. All right, we're just gonna try all of them. Oh wow, I don't know how I bluff checked that.
Oh wow, very nice.
I don't know. Oh, for some reason of a bluff of 44. I'm actually a little confused as to how that happened. But I guess I bluffed myself. Does anyone have charges left?
I
We need,
do. Yeah.
we need to blow the big box up
Yep.
before the angry red robot shows up.
Yeah, Strim Tom has a good idea. You could just set the kill limit on the killbot to 50, and then just sort of keep inviting people other than yourself, over until that's taken care of, and there you go.
Hmm. Definitely,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
I feel like honestly, it's really important to have backup plans for stuff like this. That's why also my escape rocket also has explosive nuclear core on the off chance that the good guys get the escape hatch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
of
Yeah.
course it might blow up on me, but that's a risky to take these days.
Yeah, that's the whole.
Oh, jeez.
Nice, 1,300 points of damage. That'll
Oh,
take
right.
care of my 400 hit point character.
Oh, I forgot this guy drops bombs. I was too busy talking about the bombs where I was like, wait a minute, wait a minute. There's another aspect to this
Yeah.
fight I've been forgetting here.
Yeah, I would say in general, self-destruct buttons are a bad idea, but sometimes maybe necessary.
Oh, great. All right. Hopefully nobody saw that, right? Nobody saw any of that. We're just gonna. Yep.
So the way I've usually done this when I've run this optional solo or whatever is I'll be in on a cleric, and then you can go. He'll follow you, right? So you can find this little curvy section here, which is the nice square kind of rectangular section. You can drop blade barrier after blade barrier, do some AOE effects, things like that, and just sort of erode him down this way. It also, since you can keep running without finding yourself stuck, it's a pretty good way to avoid the bombs, as opposed to fighting him in the room itself.
I've just been kind of afraid he's gonna reset. I didn't know there was no limit. Uh,
As far as I know, he won't reset.
that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually my game plan with this is that I run into him and then die immediately, and then I make a lot of excuses about lag, and then I quit.
Yeah, that's yeah,
You fake a disconnect, you know what I mean? You log
yeah,
into the character so it looks like you've actually disconnected, you know what I mean? And then you just hope you never talk to them ever again. That's it.
yeah, yeah. I like it. I like it a lot. Yep.
Yeah, you really gotta the piking strategy. It's layers upon layers of social engineering here. This game really has a nuanced system of avoiding doing your job.
Sounds like a coward's way of fighting. Well,
All right, all right,
it's
all right. So let's try your game plan because I'm apparently blind and can't read.
yeah. So if we what we'll do is whoever's got aggro the iron fire bomber, bring him back here, and we'll start kiting him around a little bit.
All right, we got one of these two of these cannons on our set. Oh, geez, don't look at my purple dragon knight out exterior for him. Oh gosh, don't look at me. It's very difficult to make a cool looking PDK. So I go around that. I'm getting my past lives, but just doing it in wolf form every single time.
Nice.
I do want to try Stram Tam because he has a bear build. I know Intimidate was recently fixed, like actually fixed. And now Intimidate actually works when you're a barbarian, which is a real step in the right direction, I feel.
Mhm. Yep. Yep.
All right. Apparently, I don't know how to read. All right, we're just gonna just leave me there. You guys got this. I think there's lag happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was definitely lag.
Well, we're just kind of showing it off. I mean, clearly, I suppose you're right that the other way you could do it, provided you could survive the blast in the other side of the room, is just kite him around the room here. But like I said, I just tend to find that this is a far better way, especially since we have these cannons charmed. Might as well let them damage him as well.
Yeah, I think when he does his the Marut, slam down thing, that's when he. All right, actually, he's just standing there now.
Yeah.
I feel like, all right. Oh, never mind. I thought we got him.
Carbon G says, on Thelanis I've been able to run nearly lag-free since the last fix. Defiler of the Just, multiple runs, new Shroud, Legendary Elite, Legendary Hard Tempest Spine. It's feeling pretty normal. That's great to hear. Yeah, I think we have certainly seen some significant improvements with the last couple of patches and hotfixes we did for lag. We know that there still are some areas to look into. In particular, we have seen some folks who are still seeing some lag in Defiler of Just, that sort of thing, that are not perhaps related to the specs on their computer or poor internet connections, things like that. So we know that there is still some work to do, but we agree that the overwhelming feedback we've gotten, particularly since the last fix to the quote guild renown lag issue has been very, very positive, and that's really good to hear. So we
Actually,
would,
I
yep.
know a little bit about that. Can I go into the little bit of the details about what was actually happening before the fix? I mean,
Well,
I mean,
I,
like, I
if you
won't. I
had
won't. It's
clear,
okay. It's okay.
maybe depending on what you say. So I probably,
All right. No, it's okay.
yeah,
I'm trying
probably
to
not.
not get fired. Not
Yeah.
don't get fired. All right.
Well, I just don't know how much of the internal environment we can really get into. So.
I mean, so like the end rewards, like you can choose renown as an end reward. When you get guild renown, like from normally, the way they're doing before was that they would just give you that item and then use it from your inventory automatically.
Right. Yeah.
And like that was that so now it's an actual like a direct link instead of
Yeah.
the really roundabout way.
The other thing was that typically, we have like say database snapshots, right? So it saves everything so that were there to be some kind of big server crash, we would be able to restore. It's basically a restore point that happens frequently in an online game like this. And the way Guild Renown was working is it was updating everybody's sort of restore point on that character every time you got renown. And it's a fairly taxing process. So it was what was called, when everyone would freeze up and then pop, that guild renown would happen, particularly when you were getting renown from mobs. That was contributing very much to the problem. So what we did for that is rolled it into the basic other snapshots we do, for things like how many enhancements do you have, what's your XP, et cetera, et cetera. So,
Hmm.
and that made sense, right? So.
Yeah, I know. Also, Strimtom, I did want to say that I'm following up on what you were talking about. So that's my super secret spy.
No, get out of the way.
You know.
Yeah.
Hopefully you're close to this. Otherwise, I look like I'm definitely up to no good. I swear. Oh, jeez, the lights. This is definitely a haunted room. I'd like to put in a ticket for that. I feel like this is definitely.
Oh, we need like one of those little drinking birds that'll just sort of be by the
I
light
need
switch.
like an extendable arm thing,
Yeah,
like one of those like the you press it, it like clicks or whatever. I need that, but like a big chain of them, like at least 5 or 6. Like, shaped. I feel like I gotta start throwing stuff, but I feel like that's a little inappropriate. Although actually, it's very strange. Like my previous jobs have all been like white collar, and I show up for work the first day in business casual, and I felt the most overdressed I've ever felt in any particular environment.
Oh, I know, right? It's
kind of bathrobe, and I'm like, oh jeez, oh jeez.
yeah. The official uniform of the video game industry is a t-shirt, hoodie, and jeans.
Well, they
So.
kept giving me hoodies. Like you kept giving me, I had like at least 6, and it would have been unbearable. But someone also gave me a bag, so at least that worked out.
Right.
But like I was talking to some people from HR, and they're like, "Oh, we'll swing by later with some more hoodies," and I'm like, "Can you not do that? Like, it's really nice of you, but I have more hoodies now with turbine on them than I've ever had hoodies in my entire life."
You're right. I've got a closet that's just like exploding full of hoodies that I've collected over the
Which
years.
is really nice.
So,
Like this one
yeah.
says Shadowfell Conspiracy on the back, and it's got the ampersand, and it's
Yep.
really nice.
That's
And
my personal favorite, I think.
yeah. Although the
Yep.
10th anniversary one has Vela
Yeah.
on it, and since
Yeah.
I recently found my Shard of the Red Dragon, it's been I'm actually still pretty enthused about that. I made it into a robot suit because of course docents are really the way of the future. Robots are the best race in the game. Robots 100%.
Yeah, that's interesting. We were actually talking the other day. I think for the next update, we're gonna
No more.
look into. Well, there's the current plan is to have a new docent and new name to docent for update 32 here, and the question is whether we can perhaps add a new fresh look for it as well. No promises on that, but there should at least be a new name docent for the next update.
All right. Well, I'm really looking forward to it. I think robots are the most fun because you don't have to worry about energy drainer beholders. You can just smack them around. A lot of the earlier level traps use like actual poisons instead of poison damage. So you're actually just immune to most of the low level traps, which is really good because low level traps just kill you. Ooh, bracers.
Yeah, not bad, huh?
Yeah. Well, actually, I actually need one of those.
So I think it was Titan earlier in chat saying that if you have what was I going to say? Shoot. Oh, so the chest in the chronoscope is on its side. And you know how over the weekend with the bonuses we were getting, you could see like the light that would pop out of it. Well, in the chronoscope, it shoots out horizontally.
Oh my gosh.
I hadn't thought of that, but that's awesome.
All right, so is this the end of the live stream? Do I gotta
Yep.
say goodbye?
Yep, this is going to be the end of the live stream here. We're going to wrap things up. Just a quick note, Hathaway and Fike, I do have your names down, and I will get you a Turbine Point code a little bit later on this afternoon as a way to say thanks for joining us on the live stream here today. And also stick around and chat. We will be doing a few Turbine Point giveaways there as well.
Yeah.
Quick question though before I wrap things up. Josh Hall says, does that mean you can now pick up Guild Renown even if your inventory is full? I think the answer to that is still no, but I could be wrong about that. It'd be worth checking out, I guess. Any other questions? Nope, that's going to be it. So thanks, Lynnabel, and why don't we just do a quick shout out again to your Twitch channel and your guild?
Yeah, can I give a shout out to my guild? They suck. Sanctus Domine. We're very loud. Shout out to my guild leader Greg. Shout out to all my friends. Everyone in the Storm Song. I love you guys. Shout out to Ravensguard. You know what you did. Everyone on the server of G-Land I play with. Like seriously, you guys are great. Inspired a love of gaming in me. I'm really happy. Shout out to Warlock. Shout out to Elite of Elite. Takesis in particular. I know you're on the Players Council.
Yep.
Sorry about that hate mail. All my fault. But yeah, no. Everyone I've ever played with in my entire life in G-Land. I love you guys.
Yeah, very cool. And again, shout out to your Twitch channel for those who want to check you out.
Don't do that.
Yep.
Yeah, it's twitch.tv/RIENUAA. It's pronounced Rainua. Actually, it's just pronounced Rain because the UAA is silent. Don't ask me why that's my internet handle. I don't know. It's hard to pronounce. It's a big problem. But it's we're in too deep now, so
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yep. All right, and you can join us again 4 o'clock this afternoon, DDO as she has played, 9 o'clock Eastern. Titan should be on. We have a brand new show starting 5 o'clock tomorrow, and also 8:30 is Brighter Days Ahead. We have shows throughout the weekend and all that as well. You can find the full schedule on twitch.tv/DDO stream. You can also join us on youtube.com/DungeonsandDragons/live. Please give us a follow. Please give us a subscribe on YouTube, and be notified for when shows like this one go live. Thanks very much, everyone. We'll see you again soon.
All right, we good? Can I? Are we up the air? I mean.
Well, we're not quite off the air yet.
Oh,
That's
geez.
okay.
Oh, jeez.
No, it's fine. Well, because